So today we want to talk about stop playing head games. And Philippians 4:8 clearly communicates we should dwell on the things that are uplifting, dwell on the things that are working, dwell on the things that are worthy of praise. But frequently we dwell on just the opposite of what Paul was referring to as this exceedingly practical passage from the New Testament. When you find yourself emotionally low, you can be pretty sure that you've been dwelling on what's not working. In this low state, your mind plays tricks on you. If you're trying to implement that 4A principle, it's very important to start noticing your emotions and how they spiral quickly upward or even downward. Today I pulled some notes from Tommy Newberry in his book, The 4A Principle, The Secrets of Joy-Filled Life. Newberry shares only when you notice changes in your emotional life can you begin to rise above the passive choices that feel negative emotions. Some negative thoughts stand out more than others. These really awful thoughts that what he calls rats, really awful thoughts, they can terrorize your potential for joy. He further explains that today we're going to actually analyze it using his system of 9 head games that you can actually play with yourself. One is an amplifier. This type of individual magnifies unpleasant situations with recurrent extreme words like always, never, no one, and every time. They tend to distort things like these statements that they use that plummet you right below, like it takes that joy zone all the way down. Individuals accept negative feelings as true without even questioning them. This can be dangerous. Another one is what you call a feeler. Because emotions are actually distorted, you can't focus on what feelings are. They kind of just emote with what you're thinking. So that was number 2. Number 3 are guessers. This type of individual pretends that they know what the other person's thinking about. They assume the worst ahead of time. These individuals often trigger an emotional response from other people, which in turn gets them in defensive mode. So what they do is they fuel the fire. They might say something like pride, or look at her, she's probably prideful. Why are you even arguing or even hanging around her? So they have this assumption. Number 4 are exaggerated. So these individuals, they always exaggerate. They actually take and transform molehills into mountains. So look at the words horrible, worse, ruin, shock, stunned, outrage. These individuals are what you call drama queens. Number 5. Identifiers. These individuals inject harmless events with personal meaning. They overstate how the event is actually really playing out. They take things too personally, interpret negative events as personal attacks. For example, if you get caught in traffic and you spill some coffee on your leg, what do? Man, that person is really out to get me. Number 6, these are forecasters. These individuals predict the worst case scenario. Maybe you know some of them. Maybe it's you. They say things like usually before the event even gets started, they predict the worst is going to happen. So the whole conversation is about what is going to be forecasted in the future. Oh, woe is me. This is not going to take place the way I really want it. You're about to see your boss and guess what? You're about to get fired. Number 7 are cynics. They have this knack for finding something wrong, even if it's only one thing. So imagine this is the one where you have somebody who has 10 amazing qualities, but what you do is you focus on that one quality, right? We start to kind of nitpick. Number 8, these are blamers. These individuals point the finger at someone else for their own problems. Blame is popular because it's temporary and it's what you call liberating. It gives you a kind of that short-term emotional fix. You feel better for it. Oh man, you know what? It's not my fault, it's their fault. But ultimately what it does is that it immobilizes you, it keeps you stuck. It's gonna be actually something that'll hold you back. Number 9 are justifiers. These people remind themselves of all the reasons why they're entitled to these negative emotions, the negative outbursts that they might have. They advocate for their own negativity. If you only knew what he did, or guess what? I deserve to be upset. I didn't get my way. They justify, and then guess what? They whine the whole entire time. They're constantly complaining. So Tommy Newberry does a phenomenal job breaking down these 9 head games that I really want you guys to analyze. All right? So today what I want you to do is just remember, don't play the game. Don't get started. But truly analyze where you're at.